Hey everyone, this is Pauliina on the Finnish Path. Welcome to my series of sample readings. Now, like I've said before, I use a lot of spreads when I do my readings for my querents, and all the spreads have different functions, if you like. So I thought that perhaps you would like to see how the spreads work and how I interpret them, because that's always a personal thing for the reader, how one reads a spread and interprets all the cards on a spread. And today we are talking about another relationship spread. It's a 6-card spread. It's called Where Do We Stand? Now this spread is a good tool when you want to determine if a relationship is on solid ground, and sometimes it can be really important to find this out. For example, if people are contemplating marriage, if there's been a marriage proposal, and or then of course it can be a business partnership. If the querent is considering going into business with someone else, they might want to know how their partnership is right now and how it would be in the future. Or indeed, if they are considering taking a loan, like a mortgage with someone, then it might be a good idea to look a little deeper, and this spread is really good at that. Now, there are 6 cards on this spread, so there's not a lot of room here on the table, so I'll just hold the deck in my right hand and draw with my left. And then we start. The first position is how you feel about them, how the querent feels about their partner. There we go. And then second position is how they feel about you, how their partner feels about the querent. And third position is what these two make together. There we are. And position number 4 is what you most need to know about them. That is what the querent needs to know about their partner. And number 5 is blocks and difficulties in the relationship. And number 6, the final card, is the best way forward. Here we go. Okay, now before I start, I'd just like to point out that this is a sample reading. I'm not doing this reading for any real person, so I won't be going into a lot of detail with these particular cards. And also I'm just going to show you the technique of how I interpret this particular spread. Whenever there is an actual person I am reading for, the cards mean a lot more than just the basic meanings of the cards. But since there is no real person here, no real querent, it means that the cards don't really open up a lot. But you will get a good idea of how this spread works. Okay, we have all the cards on the table now. And what I do first is I look at all the cards, regardless of their position. I look at all the cards, and first I look at the numbers here. With the numbers, I look at if there are major arcana cards or minor arcana cards, as in suit cards. And looking at this, we have only one major arcana card. That's a whopper, actually. But anyway, all the others are suit cards. That is minor arcana, meaning that it could mean that this particular relationship is a kind of, it's not a life-altering thing. It's not a kind of love affair of the ages or anything like this. It's kind of grounded. It's on an everyday level. And then looking at the numbers here, there's number 2, number 3, number 5, and number 6. And then there is one court card. This is Knight of Swords. That's number 12. But on the journey from 1 to 10, we have 2 cards that are on the lower scale, and then 2 cards that are kind of in the middle. So this is interesting. I'm already thinking about the positions here, but the bigger numbers, number 5 and 6, they are on the positions of describing these 2 individuals and their connection to each other as 2 individual people. So, and then the lower numbers are down here, and these 3 cards are describing the relationship, the dynamics of the relationship. And that would tell me that they have probably started off as friends or just acquaintances, and their partnership is younger. They didn't, it wasn't love at first sight, if you like. Okay. Right, so that's numbers. Also, there are no reoccurring numbers, but there are 2 sequences, 5 and 6, and 2 and 3. 5 being imbalance, and 6 being working together. So kind of there has been a shift in their relationship from perhaps initial conflict or trouble or imbalance into a partnership. Well, that makes sense. And then down here there's 2 and 3. Now 2 is union and balance. It can also be choice between 2 things. And 3 is early success. Also balance. Okay, so, well, these numbers seem to indicate that there has been an early success here. Right, and after the numbers, I look at the suits that are on the table. The suits will indicate which area of life this relationship kind of resides in. And what immediately is apparent is the absence of cups. Now, cups are emotion, love, and empathy. So doing a relationship reading, and I am actually imagining that this is not just a partnership, but this is a romantic relationship. And if that were true, there are no cups here. There is sex, though. The devil card is, yeah, physical love and passion. There are 2 wands, which is action and passion and adventure, creativity. Then 2 swords, which means intellect, also challenge and conflict. And then 1 pentacle, which is home and work, money, health, things that make us feel secure. But there's an absence of romantic involvement here. Okay. Right, so that's the suits. Then I start digging into the different positions here, and I will take 1 card at a time and compare the meaning of the card to the position it's in. And the first one is here. This is number 5, 5 of Swords. Here we go. I hope you're not getting a bad glare from my lamp. Okay, 5 of Swords. Now, like I said earlier, number 5 is imbalance, and conflict can also be loss. And looking at this card, well, there has been losing going on here. This card is basically about how we deal with loss. If we are defeated, how we bounce back and how we deal with that defeat. And the position this card is in was how you feel about them. That is how the querent feels about their partner. Well. Oh, well, that's kind of sad. Seems to me that this querent already feels that they have lost and they are kind of trying to bounce back, trying to deal with it. Oh dear. Okay, moving on. The next card, number 2, is here, and this one is 6 of Wands, and the position was how they feel about you, as in how the partner feels about the querent. Well, now, number 6, that was working together and communication, and Wands are about, among other things, it's about creativity. So it seems to me that the partner feels that everything's fine, this is working, I mean, it's wonderful, we're working together and we are achieving stuff. And as you can see from the picture on the card, there seems to be a victory celebration going there. There's a laurel wreath over there, and oh, and he's also wearing one there. Well, now, plot thickens. Then number 3, this position here. This is what you make together, meaning what these 2 people make together. When they are together, how are they together? And this is Knight of Swords. Knights are about action and about responsibility also. And this particular knight is a real hothead. It's all about action, moving forward really fast. And swords was about intellect and thought. And thinking about this real quickly, this card would indicate that these two people, there's a lot of action in their life, and they are courageous together and ready to act and ready to go forward and not afraid of conflict. These two, when they are together, they make each other stronger. Okay, then moving on to the lower row, there's the number 4. The position is what you most need to know about them, meaning what the querent needs to know about their partner. Now, this can be something the partner is hiding on purpose, perhaps, or it can also be something that the partner just cannot communicate properly. They just can't verbalize it. For example, they are not able to show their feelings properly. That's what this card is about. And the card we have here is 3 of Pentacles. And Pentacles was about home and security. And number 3 was about early success and also balance. Okay. What the querent needs to know about their partner. Well, it seems to me that the partner thinks that they are indeed a success. The partner is comfortable in the relationship, feeling balanced. So if this querent, this non-existent querent, had come to me asking this question, are we solid together? Because they felt uncertain. Now, this card would already indicate that they shouldn't worry. That it's not, if something is wrong, it's not to do with their partner. Okay, and then number 5 is here. This is 2 of Wands. And the position is blocks and difficulties for the relationship. Number 2 is union and balance. And it's also about choice. Choosing between 2 things. And making decisions. And Wands was about action and directing energy and adventure and stuff like that. Looking at the card here, the picture on the card, there is this person who is apparently contemplating a journey, perhaps, leaving. They are probably not very happy about their present circumstance. They are perhaps considering that, should I, go if the grass is greener and all that. Now this card in the position of blocks and difficulties, it seems to me that somebody is contemplating leaving, and this is kind of blocking the situation. Okay. And then the final card, number 6, the best way forward. And here we have the Major Arcana card, the Devil. Now it's a scary card. There are these two people, lovers, who have been chained and who can't move, and the devil is controlling them. Except that the devil is a trickster. It's someone who, the devil will make you see things from a weird perspective, make you see things that aren't actually there. The devil is master of illusion. And these two people that are chained, well, they can actually lift their chains at any time. They are actually free. They are just being made to feel that they are trapped and caught and have no choice. But they do have choices. And this being a Major Arcana card, in this particular position, way forward, we are actually talking about some major issues here. Whatever this querent decides to do about this relationship is a big deal. It is a big step in their journey and in their growth, in their process of growth. This is going to be a decisive decision that they are facing right now. Right, we have gone through all the cards and their positions. Then I start comparing different cards to each other. And usually what I do, I compare these two positions, number 1 and number 2. This is the querent. This is their partner. Now there really is a very interesting dynamic between these two cards. The querent feeling that all is lost and they are defeated and they have to kind of find a way to deal with it. And their partner feeling that, yay, hurrah, we made it. We are victorious. Very interesting. It seems to me that there is a major problems in communication going on here between these two people. Or then it can be that their motives are just completely different. And what they have now is evidently more satisfying to the partner than for the querent. This querent is thinking about counting their losses before leaving town. Right. Then, after that, I usually combine this position number 3 to these two cards. I'm thinking about, wait, how can I hold this so that you can, oh, here we go. This is the card number 3. Sorry, position number 3. And position number 3 was what these two make together. they quite evidently make a lot of sparks. There's a lot of action going on in their life. And it seems to me that the partner enjoys this kind of hectic life a lot more than the querent. Perhaps the querent feels that they are kind of being run over all the time. It seems to me that the partner is more dominant in this relationship. There is a definite imbalance going on there. There's a lot of action and a lot of hassle and just stuff. And the querent is not happy about that. Yes. And then the next thing I compare are the positions 4 and 5. Here we go. Now, these cards, comparing these cards to each other, often indicate where the problem lies, or where the who's at fault, if you like. And number 4 was about the partner, what the querent needed to know about the partner. And this card was about early success and working together and all that. And then the blocks and difficulties was this one, number 2, and this was about yearning to leave, in fact, or contemplating leaving. And judging by this card, number 4, and also number 2, these are so favorable. These two are so favorable towards a union, to being together, staying together, that it seems to me that it really is the querent who is not certain about this relationship, and they are contemplating leaving, and they are contemplating their options. And that's one of the things why they can't see any future for this relationship. They are already creating a kind of stalemate for this relationship in their own mind, thinking like this. And they were also feeling already defeated. So this is really interesting. If this was an actual querent, I would ask them to really dig deep into their own heart and try to find out that if they truly do want to leave, or are they just perhaps contemplating leaving so that they won't be left. Like, well, we often do that. We leave the other person before they can leave us, so that we think that we won't be heartbroken, when obviously we still will be. But it could be something like that, of course. And then the last thing I do is compare the card in the position number 6 to all the other cards, just to see if this card kind of amplifies anything, any other card here, or if there's an obvious connection to something. And well, this card is also about choices, the Devil, feeling stuck. And this one was about wanting to leave. So I think for this imaginary querent, that's actually the heart of the matter. Now, this card, number 6, the devil, this is the one that the querent will be walking away with. So sometimes it's a good idea to draw more cards, clarifying cards for this particular position, for the position number 6 here. Because this is really important. This is what the querent will remember. So, like I said before, I would tell this imaginary querent that they do need to decide if they really do want to leave and what their motives for wanting to leave are. And if they do decide to leave, then they are free to do so. They can do that. You know, if they decide to stay or if they decide to leave, it is a major incident in their life journey. So a lot rides on this, and I would tell this querent to really think what it is their heart truly desires. Right now, what they are feeling is defeated, as if they had already given up. So perhaps it would be a good idea for them to take a moment and really think if they truly do want to give up this relationship. Okay, this was the reading, and this is the technique I use when I interpret this particular spread. Now, like I said, this is a series of readings that I do. I always post a new video about a sample reading on Wednesday, and the next spread that we will be going through is Looking for Love, and that's about finding your true love and finding your twin flame, like some people say. How you can do that and why you haven't already found them. And I will post this video next Wednesday, and that's the 16th of May. So if you are interested, you want to follow this series, it's easy for you to do that. You can follow my blog by entering your email address in the blog, and then you will be notified whenever I post anything. Or if you prefer watching a video, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and at the end of this video there will be a small logo that will appear on this lower right hand side corner, and when you click that you can easily subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, if you feel that this kind of reading would benefit you, if you are in a situation where you might want to take a look at a relationship of yours, not necessarily a romantic one, it could be a business relationship or familial, it could be your family member or something, then if you feel you would benefit from a reading like this, then you can find this reading in my web shop. And the name of the reading was Where Do We Stand? So you can order it from there. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will return next Wednesday. Okay? Hey, hey!